Hello my friends, Daki here. Today I'm bringing you a protection paladin guide for Mythic Plus in battle for Azeroth. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Also, if you enjoy this type of videos, consider subscribing, hit the bell notification to get notified when I release a new video, and leave a like. It helps me out a lot. Alright, let me start by saying that protection paladins are very strong in Mythic Plus due to their self heals and also group healing. We can also dispel poison and diseases, we have a lot of utility, and we can lock down casters with our Avenger Shield. We do have some weaknesses, and they are that we don't have an AoE grip, no real AoE stun, and limited kiting capabilities. Let's go over the protection paladin utility spells. First, Avenger Shield. This ability is one of our strongest in our toolkit for Mythic Plus. This will lock down enemies but also silence them if possible, and if you add Hammer of Justice, which is your stun, you can control the mob all by yourself. Our next very important tool is Consecrated Ground. This will slow down enemies and help you kite around, and it has easily an uptime of 100%. Then we have our blessings, such as Blessing of Protection, Blessing of Spell Warding, and Blessing of Sacrifice. These are amazing tools which will improve your group survivability. Finally, we have Hand of the Protector and Lay on Hands, which are our healing spells, and you can not only cast them on yourself, but also on your party members. Next we move over to the Protection Paladin DPS Rotation. We actually do not have a set rotation but more a priority system. The main goal with your rotation is to generate Shield of the Righteous charges while also maintaining Consecration uptime. So since all abilities have different cooldowns, your rotation is not very complicated. You just press whatever comes off cooldown. But the priority is as following: cast Judgment, cast Consecration if you're not standing in it, cast Avenger's Shield, cast Hammer of the Righteous, and cast Consecration. You want to always try to make sure you are currently standing inside your own Consecration to reduce damage taken. Next we go over our stat priority, Gem, Enchants, and Consumables. The stat priority for Protection Paladin goes as follows: first Haste, then Mastery, and then the rest, which is Versatility and Critical Strike. Haste reduces the global cooldown and the cooldowns of most of your abilities. There is no cap on Haste and no reason to not keep stacking it. What Mastery does, it increases your chance to block attack and your attack power, as well as increasing the damage reduction you get from standing in your Consecration. However, in general, item level will be better, so you should sim yourself to be precise. For gems you should use Quick Owl's Eye or the cheaper version Quick Golden Barrel in all sockets. For enchants we go for our rings with Enchanting Pact of Haste or the cheaper version Seal of Haste. And for our weapon we go with Quick Navigation. As for consumables we mostly go with Flask of the Undertow and Battle Potion of Strength. If you want more HP then you go with the Flask of the Vast Horizon and Battle Potion of Stamina. And as for our food, you should try to eat from the feast and boost your strength. You do this by switching to Retribution, eat the feast and switch back to Protection, or else you eat a haste food buff. Let's move over to our Azerite traits. For the Outer Ring traits there are two traits you must have, and those are Inspiring Vanguard, which will boost your passive Grand Crusader and reset the cooldown of Avenger's Shield and grant you extra strength. The second trait, Soaring Shield, which will make your Avenger strike 4 enemies instead of 3 and grant you extra mastery. The third trait does not matter that much, so just pick something like Bloodrite, which will increase your damage output. For the middle ring traits, Heed My Call and Azerite Globals are very powerful, and you will rather pick traits that deal damage over defensive traits for your middle ring traits. Last, our inner ring traits, you have the choice between Gemhide, Impassive Visage, Vampiric Speed, which can gain a lot of benefit due to the mobs having different health points and dying off at different times, so you have more uptime on this trait, and Resounding Protection. Also there is a very nice website which is called bloodmallet.com and has a ranking system for all available traits, like I explained in my Retribution Paladin Mythic Plus guide. Anyways, I will leave a link in the description of everything I mentioned in this video. Let's move over to our talents. For tier 1, you could go with Redoubted for an extra Avenger Shield hit if you're doing low keys and doing massive pulls so you can get the 5th hit of Avenger's Shield, but otherwise Holy Shield would be the default pick. It is a passive will which increase your block chance by 15% and is great against various magic abilities throughout the dungeon. For tier 2, if you want more AoE damage, then you would go with First Avenger, but I don't recommend it for high Mythic plus keys. You would rather go with Crusader Judgment. I have yet to see a prot paladin in high Mythic plus keys using another talent. It just outperforms the 2 other talents. Next, tier 3. This is our CC tier. You could either go with Fist of Justice or Blinding Light. They both work well. Blinding Light is efficient if you need that extra CC for mass interrupting enemies, but however, I do recommend Fist of Justice. You will be able to stun your targets every 25 seconds instead of 60. Tier 4. Cavalier is usually the default pick in this tier for more movement speed. The other pick you should consider is Blessing of Spellwarding, which will grant immunity to magical damage and harmful effects for 10 seconds. You can cast it on yourself and also on party members. This talent is highly recommended in higher Mythic plus keys. Let's move over to tier 5. Here all talents are a valid pick. If you want an extra heal to cast on yourself or a party member, then you go with Hand of the Protector. If you want to access your defensive cooldowns quicker, then you would go with Unbreakable Spirit. And finally, you can pick Final Stand. Final Stand will taunt all targets within 15 yards for 8 seconds whenever you cast Divine Shield. So this is perfect if you want to be doing mass pulls. Next, tier 6. Consecrated Ground is hands down the best talent pick in this tier. This talent will slow down your enemies, so you have an easier time to kite around. All other talents perform very poorly in this tier. Finally, our last tier. Here you have the choice between Last Defender, Righteous Protector and Seraphim. Seraphim will increase your haste, critical strike, mastery and versatility by a lot. This talent comes out ahead of the other 2 talents, so I highly recommend Seraphim. That's it for this video. I hope this guide was helpful and will make you want to play Protection Paladin. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this channel. Best of luck in Battle for Azeroth.